Alright guys, what is going on everybody? Welcome back to How to Speedrun Final Fantasy VII. Today we're going to be going over part 6, which is the Motorball fight. We're going to be talking about the Barret Skip, which exits Midgar, as well as the picture skip within the Calm flashback. Alright, let's go. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, peace. So, for the motorbike minigame, this is essentially an auto-scroller, but there is something that we like to do here to make it a little bit easier. And we want to keep the red bikes alive. There's yellow bikes and there's red bikes. We want to kill the yellow bikes, and this is because we can kind of do a sort of manipulation with the red bikes. So we got one red bike, two red bikes, and, you know, cool thing about the red bikes is they're actually programmed to avoid our sword slashes. So, if we get 3 red bikes, and we just hold square, we can pretty much cheese this entire auto-scroller. But either way, this doesn't waste time. Okay, there we are. I guess ready to initiate hyperspeed? Alright, here we approach the Motorball fight. Is confusing for a lot of new runners, but hopefully the way that I'm going to show it to you guys makes it a little bit more easy to understand. The basis of the fight, we are going to be grenading with Barret and Tifa, and then bolting with Cloud. Some people like to count the number of grenades or the bolts that are happening. Honestly, I personally do not count anything. And I'll tell you guys what my mindset is going into things. I'm going to start off by queuing Tifa first, and then Barret, and then Cloud. And also, Motorball is going to target the person here with the most health, and he has like a random chance of doing either 1 or 2 of these arm attacks. Again, Tifa, Barret, Cloud. Cloud with the bolt. He did a double arm attack, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. And I'm going to keep queuing moves until a very specific point in the fight, where he's going to do another wave of arm attacks, whether it be 1 or 2. He does 2, again, so we get double-double. Nice. And then from here, he's gonna hunker down and do rolling fire. And then after rolling fire, he does rolling attack, where he just, like, you know, pushes himself into you. At this point, I know a bolt with Cloud is going to go through, and then Tifa is going to get her turn. I confirmed Tifa's move, but I'm going to be holding with Barret here coming up. So rolling fire happened. We're queuing another wave of moves. Tifa, Barret, and Cloud. Tifa's grenade is going to go through. This rolling attack happens. And we hold. Rolling attack happens, and we hold. So, it's very important that you're holding with Barret here. And also, here, I'm going to make a save state here, because it's possible you have 1 grenade here. We're lucky to have 2, so this is how the fight is traditionally going to go. You're gonna wait for him to stand up a little bit, and then you queue all the moves through. This is sort of a manipulation that stops him from going into a, you know, a sort of like a kill mode phase. So, you queue everybody where you're doing a grenade with Barret, a bolt with Cloud, and a grenade with Tifa. There is a rare chance that your damage rolls weren't high enough to kill with this final grenade. So from here, you're gonna want to just have a limit break queued with Barret, and you do that during Tifa's animation. Don't do it during Cloud's animation, because that's too early. You want the grenade with Tifa to go through. Luckily, it killed. But let's say you only have 1 grenade here. So what would you do? What would you do? You're gonna wait, queue the grenade with Barret, queue the bolt with Cloud, and then you're going to limit break with Tifa, get yeah, make sure you get yeah, and then you're gonna wait until Cloud's bolt animation. So Barret's gonna go first, start Cloud's bolt animation, queue the limit, and then also queue Barret's just in case. Just in case. And what do you know? We actually needed it. So, from there, cool. And with that, Midgar's pretty much done. We've only got one last skip before we leave the area. Yeah, congrats on finishing out Midgar. So for people just starting this game, this is a very nice entry point. You know, doing just Midgar escapes, I mean, after you do this next skip coming up and then timing it when you reach the world map. Now, this is a nice comfy category. It's a nice hour and a half to 2 hours. You know, at first it's going to be around like 2 hours for you, maybe a little bit more even. And you know, that's completely fine. But it's a nice comfy category to just get comfortable with the way this game feels between the movement and the menus. But alrighty, so the final skip, this Barret Skip coming up here. What we want to do is we want to talk to Barret at the same time that we're getting pushed away from the loading zone down here. Because what the story wants you to do is go down here and then say you're ready to go, and then there's a whole scene that happens where, you know, they decide who wants to be the leader and yada yada yada. But what you can do is you can start that scene where you're ready to go, but you can then just walk off screen. And this is done by running into Barret and the loading zone at the same time and talking to Barret. And getting these two dialogue sequences to happen at the same time allows you to retain movement of Cloud and just run off screen. There's a nice setup coming up where Tifa's gonna hop off the chain and she's gonna start moving left. And then Cloud's gonna do the same. What I do is I hold run and left, and I'm gonna run into Tifa like twice. Like where you get like 2 bonks. And from there, I do diagonal. You set your diagonal angle into this spot in between Barret and the loading zone, with the 2 bonks on Tifa being the setup for the correct angle movement. And from there, it's just timing the confirm press correctly so that you get it when you're being pushed back. Here's the full thing in motion. We're gonna try to do it a couple times. Yeah, like that. So from here, you saw Cloud get pushed back, and also Barret turned as if we had a conversation with him. So what you want to do is page, and then let's go. And then from here, you page through everything, and then you can just run off screen. And that's it. You have done a Midgar escape. But yeah, in real time. And down and out. Nice and easy. Alright, so unfortunately, you know, we have a way to manipulate the encounters in FF7. While we do actually have ways of manipulating the world map, they're pretty much random. They are seed-based by the in-game time, and some work has been done for some of the in-game time ranges. Like, literally every second has been tested for some of these calm exits. Those resources are available on speedrun.com. Skate for a Living did that stuff, and you know, if you want to go that far and do some world map manipulation, you can do that. But honestly, most runners just do it, and world map is random. I should also say that this manipulation is only done for like this one stretch of the game, because it would be like impossible to do for the entire game. But yeah, just something to look into if you would like. But here at Calm, we have the flashback, but it is not entirely trivial. It's not just dialogue skipping. There's actually some skips that we do, but it is a lot of dialogue skipping, of course, so we are going to be skipping through stuff. The fight right here with the green dragon, you just gotta hope that you don't see life 2. You know, nothing you can really do. You just gotta wait for Sephiroth to attack twice. Alright, so proceed as normal. Alright, and then here with Sephiroth, it's gonna be the second option. Alrighty, and now this brings us to the picture skip. I will say this now, if you are not doing step count, this is something that you cannot do actually. This is because once we do the picture skip, Sephiroth will not be in our party. And normally Sephiroth is the failsafe that allows us to not game over in this flashback. Like he's our failsafe for not game overing at all. And so this skip is going to skip the picture and us getting Sephiroth in our party. And we're only able to survive it because we have proper step manipulation that allows us to survive. But anyways, here's the picture skip. If you're not doing it, you would just talk to Sephiroth from here. But here's my setup for the picture skip. So you're over here, I run inwards, and I get in this sort of area. I move in towards the guy here, and then I start to inch up, and I look at Cloud's feet here, where there's the shadow, and you have the ability to kind of like move Cloud's feet past the edge of the shadow to like varying degrees. But there is a point where eventually you go up too far and, you know, Sephiroth talks to you. So what you want to do is you want to find the spot that allows you to get as close as possible. We'll say this is it. Again, the window is actually a little different for me here because I'm playing on emulator. It's not the exact screen proportions as I'm playing on console, but this setup looks to be around the general area. But from here, you're gonna open the menu and you're gonna press X to cancel the menu. While also you're gonna continue to hold it so you're running, and you're gonna hold up, right, and circle. And so we didn't get it here. You'll be able to tell when you get it. It'll be very apparent. But from here, when you close this dialog box, you want to make sure that the NPC has returned to his like his standing location before you open the menu again. Because if you try to menu buffer another confirm in from this point, you're not going to be able to do it because he's in the middle of the turning animation and you're not going to be able to talk to him. So you're going to he's going to stop, and then you're going to open the menu and try again. And now, normally if you get into the correct spot, you're going to get it like the first or second try. But yeah, so you can see that where the dialog box is not correct. And what you sort of want to do here is you're going to exit this dialog box to get Cloud moving. And then once you're kind of in this position right here, like past this guy, you're going to close the second box. So let me save state. So close, and then from here, you can actually just run out. Just like that. Then you leave. Alright, so something super important coming up. If you did the picture skip, we actually have the ability to soft lock the game here. So you're going to want to pay attention to the screen after the bridge collapses. The bridge collapse, and there's going to be a dialog box that comes on screen. This dialog box here, if you're just carelessly mashing, yeah, nothing happens now. Like, literally, the game's broken and you can't do anything. So again, you just want to wait. You want to hold this dialog box because if you close it, you're going to soft lock the game. And when this soldier locks himself in place, this guy right here, you're good to start paging the dialogue. But from here, you can move. You don't even need to wait until the characters enter Cloud. You already have movement. Same with this instance here. I should also add, if you are on the PC version of this game, you cannot do the skip, like, at all. Because it soft locks later, regardless. Like, when we're outside the reactor, the game just soft locks. Just cuz. So, unfortunately, if you are learning this on PC, no picture skip, but, you know, it's only like 30 seconds or something, so. This dreaded screen. This screen trips up so many people. This movement here looks deceivingly simple, but if you hold diagonal, you do that. If you hold up, you do that. If you hold right, you do that. So you need this motion of like upright, like up individually and right individually. So you lock yourself like in here. If you are doing step manipulation, what you want to do, you can actually do two things. It is preferred that you get this encounter right here. You want to force it as close to the loading zone as possible. This is because this encounter is a preemptive fight, as you can see. As you can see, it's a preemptive encounter, and you will quick escape from this instantly. This is the only reason why we're allowed to survive when doing the picture skip, because, yeah, Cloud has 140 HP and he would get annihilated. But because we got this quick escape, we're able to do it. If you don't force this fight here and you proceed forward, that is fine. The only thing with that is you get a fight in the Mithril Mines that has like 6 enemies, like 5 or 6 enemies, and there's a good chance that like they'll get some turns. So it's faster to just get that fight there. So and then from here, you know, it's just dialogue. If you're on the PC version, you can actually zone in and zone out to despawn Sephiroth here if you wanted. But it does add steps to your step manipulation. I wouldn't really recommend. On PlayStation, you definitely don't want to do it because 1, step manipulation, and 2, load times. It's just not worth it in load times. One thing to be careful with here is when you reach the halfway point here, Barret's going to ask you if you want to save. And you're like, no. Keep talking. And again, this area is just all movement and dialogue. Nothing else affects the step manipulation. We're just going to speed through this. Also, Barret's going to ask to save again. You don't want to save, so second option. All right, so a little piece of movement here that you can do. You actually have the ability to squeeze through red here. So like that. Otherwise, you would like continually just like bump into him until he leaves. But yeah, you can save a little bit of time by kind of clipping through red.